Hi guys, this is Clara once again and welcome to my YouTube channel. Can I introduce you to this one? This is Naruto, my new cat I'm going to adopt. Say hi. Hello. Say hello, Naruto. Hello guys, this is Clara once again and welcome to my YouTube channel, the Clara Chips Show. Well guys, today I'm so happy because I'm with this wonderful soul. Her name is Lynn and I want to do an interview with her. Yeah, she's such a loving person, so I just thought of her sharing something that's what she does, and she's got this thing called the
Zambezi
Animal Welfare Service. Yeah, so I just thought of her sharing her story about what they do here. It's full of animals, and of course she has got some other stuff that she's doing, but I mean that we can reserve it for another interview, I'm sure, because this woman is really amazing. Yeah. So today we are going to talk about the animals, yeah, and what you do here. So if you can just say a bit about yourself, how you came to love this animal thing, your passion for animals. Just tell me a bit of your background and then we'll see how it will go.
Sure. So my name is Lynn Mendelsohn. I've lived in Zambia since 2008. This is my home and I love it here.
Okay.
I run Zigzag Hotel.
Okay.
Well, I used to until COVID-19. And I've always loved animals, and I grew up with animals.
Okay.
So I've always had my own dogs and cats.
Wow.
But after some time, I saw that there was lots of people here who were struggling to get veterinary services for their animals, or they didn't quite know how to look after them. And so with some friends, we set up an NGO.
Okay.
And that's Zambezi Animal Welfare Services. And we decided to help people to educate them when they don't know what to do. We rescued dogs. If sometimes you see a dog that's been bumped on the street or it's been abandoned by the owners, we can rescue them. We make them healthy. We find them new homes.
Wow.
We also do cats. This is Frankie, who does
lovely.
every interview with me.
Yeah.
He was found inside a car engine at the ShopRite car park, but he stayed with me.
Okay. So how long have you been with him?
He's about 3-4 years old now. He's a long time. He's a big fat boy and very comfortable.
Yeah. So what do you feel like when you're with these animals? How does it make you feel? Yeah.
Sometimes when we get the animals in, they're in very bad condition and we see that they're sick. Often they're very starving. Sometimes they've been abandoned. So when they see me, they're scared and they think I'm there to attack them. So the first time is usually quite difficult, and I get sad. You see these animals that they're suffering, and for me it's a huge pleasure when we can make them happy and we can make them healthy and they trust us, and then we find a good home for them. And I think now in Livingston, there's maybe almost 200 people that have adopted.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of people who've adopted dogs from us, and not so many cats, but quite a lot, maybe 100 or so.
Really?
So I think that that makes me feel really good when I see an animal that was going to maybe suffer and die, but it goes to a home where it's going to be loved and cared for.
Yeah.
So
it's like these guys are just like human beings, huh?
Definitely.
Okay, maybe I've noticed that, like for me way back, I never used to take care of these animals, like when it comes to dogs, How is the community like when you how are you doing it? How are you teaching the community how to take care of the animals? Because I think in our Zambian culture, we look at a dog and we don't care. We just say it's just a dog. It's just for security reasons. We mistreat them, I can say. I've seen that. How can you say you educate these people on how to look after the pets?
I mean,
especially dogs.
Yeah, it starts with sensitization, and so before COVID-19, we used to do a program of going to schools.
Okay.
So we would make an appointment with a school. We'd go in. We'd talk to maybe 3, 4, 5 grades at a time. You know, big groups of children, and we tell them about how to look after their animals, but also why to look after their animals. That their animals can suffer. The animals can be sad, the animals can be happy, and so we educate people.
Okay.
We go to villages.
Oh, even villages.
Even villages, some quite far. And what I've found is almost everywhere we go, people are happy to learn, and they want to know what to do better.
Okay.
They want us to care for
They're
their
interested in other ways.
they are interested. And I think a lot of people now know that actually there's things that they can do. They can help the dogs with ticks, they can help the dogs with some diseases, but they still might not be able to afford it. So where we can, that's where we also help.
Okay, so what happens sometimes if you discover that maybe a certain home, this person wants to adopt this dog or a cat, and then you find that, you know, their houses are not really quite welcoming for their pets? How do you handle such a situation?
I mean, the best way is just to talk to people and say, if you want to get a dog, we would suggest that you make these changes. Okay. So, for example, it's not a good thing that the dogs wander in the community. So we suggest people have a fence, a wire fence or a wall fence, so that the dog can be free. Sometimes they are a family pet, but they're also for security. Okay. We don't want them wandering the streets at night. Okay. That's not safe for people, and it's not safe for the animals. So we want to know, where's the dog going to sleep? Okay. You can't just let the dog sleep on the ground. It's coming up to cold season, and it's cold. Okay. So if you go outside and you are cold, I promise you also your dog is cold.
Okay.
So we want to know, where is the dog going to sleep? Yeah. Can you manage to buy food for the dog? Can you manage to pay for vaccinations? Yeah. Okay. People always ask me, can I get the dog for free? And I say no. Okay. Because it costs money to get a dog. Yeah, even a cat, true. You have to pay for food and vaccinations. So we really want to know that the animals are cared for. Yeah. And
which is very important. Yeah.
The animals are happy and the people are happy.
You know, what you're doing, Lynn, is a very good thing, and it's quite involving. I mean, do you have people like supporting you financially? I mean,
we do. It's very hard to raise money. Okay. What we find is that there's a few farmers around Livingston that will give us like chicken offal or some meat every now and then. There's 1 or 2 of the lodges that will make a donation. And we get some support from, very little support from international donors, but it really it's tough raising money. It's very tough. So, you know, it's always a challenge. So even if anyone can spare a bag of dog food or cat food, then that helps.
Oh, yes.
So this is the fattest cat in Livingston,
I
think.
Oh, what's her name?
He's called Jaffa Cake.
Jaffa Cake.
Yeah.
Where did that name come from?
It's the name of a biscuit.
From
the UK.
Wow.
And it has marmalade in the middle.
Oh.
And he always used to squeeze between other cats. Yeah. So he was the orange bit in the middle. So that's why we called him Jaffa Cake. And he just eats all day.
This is so interesting, Lynn. Again, I give you a hand, you know. It's not easy, but at least, you know, you're doing what you love. It's your passion. Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I think it's easy for you to do, because you love it and you would love to help these animals. You know, many times we neglect these animals, and yet, you know, we forget that they've got also souls, you know, and they need to take care, you know.
Definitely.
They need to, you need to look after them in a proper way. Yeah, this is great, Lynn.
And people say that cats are not friendly, but if you look here, we've got Jaffa Cake and Frankie
friendly.
Here.
Hi. Yeah.
So, you know, these animals, they want attention. They like being with people. Yeah. And, you know, cats can be very good companions as well, not just dogs.
Okay. What's your advice to people out there about you know, how they can keep their pets? So what advice can you give them?
I think the best thing is, you know, to just understand what they need, and their needs are basic: food, water, love, attention, medical care when they need it. And anybody has any questions, then we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. I'm
Lovely.
really happy to talk to people.
Okay. Well, Lynn, maybe before we conclude, I just want to ask you this question, which I normally ask the people I interview. What is self-love to you? What can you say self-love is?
Self-love is living the life that you are passionate about.
Okay.
And sometimes that's a very scary thing to do and a risky thing to do.
Okay.
And for me, I came to Zambia to live a different life.
Wow.
And I feel more at home here in this
Oh,
place
that's
with my
great.
friends than
Yeah.
I ever felt anywhere else.
Okay.
So, and I'm living a life that I think is, I'm passionate about what I do.
Wow, that's great.
So that I think is self-love.
Wow, that's so nice, Lynn. It's been great talking to you.
Thank
So,
you.
you guys, by the way, this is Livingstone. And if you feel like adopting a cat or a dog, you're more than welcome to Zambezi Animal Welfare Services. And you can get these dogs or cats and then you see how it shall go. And also, you can also support the project, what she's doing. I think she's doing a very great job. You can agree with me. Yeah, so guys, if you are new to this channel, this is the Clara Chips Show. You can subscribe my YouTube channel. And you can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah, so it's been great, girl. So once more, lots of love. Remember to love yourselves, guys, because you are the only one who can love yourself. There's no one who can love you apart from loving yourself.